Welcome in, back to Nagy on Sports. So sorry about that, everyone. We are back. Hopefully you've got the audio now. I think I figured it out. My system did an update and decided that it would be really great to do audio through my monitor for some reason, which makes no sense. But here we are. Phil's got it all queued up for us, ready to go. We should hopefully be ready now, and hopefully you can all hear me. But we've got the 5-0 Colts versus... the 5-0 Bills versus the, I believe they're 2-3 Colts. 3-2 Colts. And the Bills are going to start here with the ball, and we're going to get this one going. So sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. Sounds like we've got it all fixed now. Welcome back in, Karen. Appreciate you being on again. Go Browns. And do apologize again for those difficulties as I was struggling to figure out why my audio was not working. It was because it had decided to default to a monitor to play audio, which makes a whole bunch of no sense. As a first throw of the game for Josh Allen is complete to Shakir, and it's good for 6 yards. If you're just joining us, Phil just got back. That's why we're able to sim again. Unfortunately, we had difficulties with the VODs that got deleted off of Twitch that he had banked for us. This was one of the games, but we needed him to come back to be able to run the game. His voice is a little bit out right now, so I'm running this one solo. Plus, he is probably pretty tired considering his body clock is now, very late at night. Is Josh Allen going to take off with the ball here as he is just getting back from France? So getting to be late for him body time based on having just arrived back in Columbus today. This little stiff arm there from Josh Allen, able to get a few extra yards after avoiding the would-be tackler. Tight bunch formation off to his left. Snap is back. Surveys and just flips it out to his running back for a loss of a couple there. More on quick coverage, and Cook didn't have much room to work with. He goes backwards, a 2nd and 14. A little quick RPO, look out to the right side. He makes a move and is able to get those 4 yards back. Shakir, the receiver, his second of the ball game, picks up 4. 3rd and 10. Josh Allen with 4 out in the pattern. Now scrambling out of the pocket. He's going to dump it off to his running back, and Cook just can't quite get it done. He probably had it if he stuck his foot in the ground, but he dances instead and ends up just short, 4th and 1. Hey, Rick, welcome in. Glad to have you. So the Bills will stymie there and end up punting it away. And that's where the Colts will take over. Young rookie coming out. I guess actually this is his second year. So look at his season stats for Anthony Richardson. First and 10 from the 15. Richardson firing it deep over the middle. He's got a man, and a nice strike downfield. For the first completion of the ball game goes to Patterson. And a nice strike, just wide open, a little flag route, kind of splitting the defenders in between, and a nice throw from Richardson too, able to hit his man. Ace formation. Handoff goes right up the middle, and not much room there for Taylor, as he doesn't find very much. Yes, absolutely. The Colts blue alternates are absolutely fire. I agree. They look so good. I love that rich blue color with the black. It looks really nice. As Richardson's just going to kind of dance and then cover it up. Not much room to work with. Rousseau in on that tackle. 3rd and 8. Richardson working up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off. He's got the room, and he's going to have the first down, and he's going to be hit down there at the 44-yard line and taken down, as he did not like what he saw downfield, but a little gap opening to his right side, and he works through and able to get up to a first down there on 3rd and 8. Fakes the handoff. Richardson now working up in the pocket again. He's going to take off again with the ball, and he only gets a yard this time up to the 43. 2nd and 8. Richardson now firing downfield, and he's got it complete for a pickup of a handful. That one goes to Woods. Just 2 yards on that one. 3rd and 6. Out of the gun. Richardson now working up in the pocket. Does not pay off this time, and Oliver gets to him very quickly, closing that gap. A 4th and 11 coming, and a punt the result. And a nice coffin corner goes out at the 12. So that's where Josh Allen and company will take over, as this so far has been just back-to-back punts, one for either side. Little bootleg action for Josh Allen. Flings it out to the right, and he's got a man underneath for just a pickup of 2. That was Knox. That was Dawson Knox's first catch of the ball game here. Josh Allen blitzes on, and he's going to scramble out of the pocket and then fire downfield. Got it complete. Kwity Paye out there in coverage. And a pickup of 6 brings up a 3rd and 2. Josh Allen firing out to the left side, and that one should have been picked. Lucky for Josh Allen that one was bobbled by Jones. He probably would have gone to the house. He jumped that route beautifully, but Jones, unable to secure it, ends up on the turf. He was fortunate, was Josh Allen, that one didn't end up in a pick 6, as it probably should have been. So Anthony Richardson now back out on the field after the Bills unable to convert. And they've got decent field position here, starting at the 38. Little option keeper out to the right side. Got some space, and he's going to take off. Of course, that is a big part of his game. He's going to pick up 7 there. A little slow to get up, but that is certainly a big part of his game, as he is known for his scrambling, and he has so far in this game as well. Firing out to the left side quickly. Yeah. Curtis Samuel and Keon Coleman replacing Diggs and Davis. Certainly an idea indeed. Pressure in his face, trying to set up screen, and the old Madden screen goes nowhere. Jones in on that sack. 2nd and 20 after the ugly Madden screen does what Madden screens do. So Anthony Richardson now backed up to his 45. Pressure coming and trying to set up a second screen and going another 10 yards backwards. Thank you, Madden, for calling it back-to-back and for doing what you do. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Ugh. Such a broken play, unfortunately. They've seemingly tried to fix it at times, and at times it works, but of late it seems to have been more broken than not, and we just saw 2 of them in a row because it seems to like to set those up. Ugh. 3 screens in a row? Really? Come on. At least that one didn't end up in a sack, but what are you doing running a screen on 4th and 30, especially when you just ran it twice in a row and you just got sacked on it twice in a row? You're not fooling anybody. Stop. So, the obligatory punt after the woeful exhibition on offense. Back-to-back-to-back unsuccessful screens. Yeah, Steichen, the offensive genius, exactly. That was not an example of offensive genius. Certainly not. I know you were being sarcastic in that, but that was not what you're looking for. Dawson Knox has a first down there. That's his second reception of the ball game. Nice little underneath work in the middle. Out of the gun. Handoff. And not much room there for Cook. He's actually going to lose a yard here to force Buckner in on that tackle. As many folks think this Colts team is a sneaky good team, has an opportunity to be very good, as Josh Allen able to avoid a tackler and taking off out of the pocket, finding some room to work with, and he's going to get them into a third and manageable here. Just 5 yards to go here for their first down. Tight bunch to his right. Josh Allen out of the gun. Cook on the left hip. Allen working in the pocket. Now he's going to take off. He's got the room and he's got the first down up to the 40-yard line. As both quarterbacks not afraid to take off with the ball and finding some space in that pass rush, able to take advantage of the guys working north-south, able to find those creases and get themselves the first downs. As a little extracurricular movement there on the left-hand side of the line is going to drive the Bills backwards. It looked like it was actually on Cook, according to that little clip. It was Cook called for the early movement. Now firing right side, little swing pass out to his tight end. Does not go for much. Just a yard. Dalton Kincaid, the receiver. Tight bunch to his left. Allen searching, and he's going to be sacked big around that outside edge. Lewis gets home. And Josh kind of worked right into him, didn't see him, and turned around, and there he was getting smothered. Oh, I did not hear that, Karen. That would be pretty cool to have Cameron Hayward. Of course, he's a product of the Buckeyes, I do believe. So not surprising that he's got a wife from Cleveland. But yeah, so that would be pretty cool if he was able to come play for the Browns. Certainly wouldn't mind that. But that one, another missed opportunity for this defense, as they had another pick right in their hands, just dropped. Didn't catch who it was, but a dropped interception again. But it will result in fourth down and another punt. So lots and lots of punting so far in this game, as neither offense seems willing to take a grip on this game and take command of it. Or at least somewhat unable to, as it's been a lot of sputtering on either side. Of course, those screens are not helping, and here's another one. Yuck. Speak of the devil, and there it is. Jones with another sack on yet another screen from these screen-heavy Colts. This offense seems very stagnant, as they seem to be relying very heavily on the old Madden screen. Is Shane Steichen. That is not a recipe for success here in this game, unfortunately. A little draw action up to the right side does not go very far. And Oliver in on that tackle, as Taylor did not have very much room at all to work with. Now firing downfield, he's got a man this time, and he dropped it! Oh no! That's not what you're looking for. That was a perfect opportunity, just missed right there. And these Colts are kicking themselves, as they have been really missing opportunities and or calling screen passes. Both not ideal in this game, and it's resulted in a lot of punts, but then again, neither team has really seemed like they want it so far, as we are still deadlocked at 0 points. Neither team having much success. In fact, only one drive so far that's gotten past midfield for either side. This one nearly out to midfield, as a nice little run from Josh Allen, as he's able to find just the smallest crease. And really, that's been the biggest success for either team, has been the quarterback taking off out of the pocket. That one goes for 8. Empty, set. Now he's got it complete. And now they're past the midfield stripe. and potentially in field goal range as Dawson Knox is able to come up with a nice reception out to the left side and pick up a first down. They're out to the 40. Josh Allen fakes the handoff. Now scrambling in the pocket, he's going to be sacked. Oh, and the ball's out! And I don't say he did recover his own fumble. That was Josh Allen jumping on it. But he does go backward. It is going to count against him as a sack. As a loss of 2 after he recovers his own fumble. 2nd and 12. Josh Allen now firing to the left side. He's got it complete. And not much doing there. Curtis Samuel, the receiver. That's a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 8 here. Josh Allen, 4-man rush. Now firing down over the middle. He's got it complete. Now we've got a strike downfield. Finally, Curtis Samuel again. And that one goes for a nice first down. And a big chunk takes them down to the 12. Finally, some sparks from one of these offenses. As you see the beautiful look of just dropping it in the bucket between 3 defenders. Beautiful execution in that zone, recognizing where they all were and putting it right in the hole in between. That was a beautiful little hole shot there from Josh Allen with a nice little arc to get it over the defender in the front line. Now firing to the end zone, touchdown, Curtis Samuel. Beautiful strike to the end zone, and finally some action in this game after one of these two teams finally decides to do something with their drive, as it is the Bills with that strike. Nice little shot there right over the middle linebacker into the end zone between the two defenders. Beautifully executed, beautiful ball from Josh Allen, and a touchdown, Curtis Samuel. So that'll make it 7-0 here, as the Bills have finally found some tread on their tire here and getting a little traction going in this one. And the Colts, meanwhile, really need to respond, as they have done nothing but sputter and go backwards. Really, the only success they've enjoyed has been Richardson taken off out of the pocket and running with his legs. There hasn't been much else to speak of for them, and a whole bunch of sacks off of screenplays. Here he is, scrambling out of the pocket again. He's got the edge out to the 30, to the 35. Now he's got the sideline down to the 34-yard line. Finally pushed out of bounds. A big run for Richardson. He just able to get that edge, and nobody was home out there along the sidelines. He just breaks contain out here, gets past his own 20 to his 30, now passes 40 to the 50, and finally pushed out of bounds there at the 34. Big flip of the field here, and speak of exactly what they needed. This is exactly what the Colts had to have to respond after a nice drive for the Bills. And pressure up in the face, and Richardson can't get out of that one. A big sack up the middle. At least it wasn't a screen sack. That was a legitimate sack. But Richardson unable to get out of that pressure, and he's going to end up backed up 8 yards, 2nd and 18. Yeah, beautiful play. Another little, almost able to make the defender miss on that one was Anthony Richardson. But little option keeper doesn't quite work out. He gets 2 yards out of it. 3rd and 16. Richardson, pressure coming. He's trying to escape. He does get it out of his hands to Taylor. And the outlet works in the flat there for him, but it does bring up a 4th down, and they're probably going to settle for this field goal action here. They will. 4th and 11 brings out the field goal unit. 53-yard attempt here. Kick is up. Kick is good. So the Colts respond after a beautiful run up the sideline from Anthony Richardson, but really it's been that one highlight for this whole game. Everything else has been a bit sputtery for that offense, but they do respond, at least with some points of their own. And the Bills now with another opportunity. 8:13 left to play in the half. If you're just joining us, we very much appreciate you being here. A little subscription and a like of the video, both would be very much appreciated here at Nagy Sports. We have just passed 1,100 subscribers, so thank you all of the subscribers who have made that possible. That is very much appreciated. as we continue to grow our fan base here at Nagy on Sports. You are all very much appreciated. We continue to bring this product to you all because of the support that you have all shown. Couldn't do it without all of you. If you'd like to take that fandom to the next level, there's a Discord available. It is in the description. The link to it is in the description of this video or any of the others. So go check that out. You can talk all things Browns, all things NFL in between games, figure out when games are going to be coming to you live. We tend to post on our Discord as to when you can expect us to bring these games here on YouTube. You can also vote on Spotlight Games of the Week like this one, although this one was preordained just because of our schedules, and we picked some games to bring up on the channel. Phil having just gotten back from France, and I was off flying real planes, which was lots of fun. Now thrown out to the right side, incomplete. Josh Allen not able to get that one to go. More in coverage. Some sticky coverage there. Dare I say he was wearing him like a communion suit. So another punt here for the Bills. And Anthony Richardson going to try to build on some of that success he had on that last drive. Most of it on that one run up the sideline, able to get himself flipping the field from about where he is now down to the 34 in one shot. Handoff goes to Taylor. Not a lot to work with there. Just his third rush of the ball game. He has a single yard to his credit so far. Certainly feel like he should be more involved in this game. He does have a couple catches out of the backfield, but certainly feel like that's a wasted opportunity, as he has been a spectacular running back in this league, but not so much in this game, as he has been very quiet in the first half so far. 3rd and 2 out of the pistol look. Richardson hands it off. There's Taylor, but not a lot of work in doing there. And that's going to be a 3 and out here for the Colts, and they're going to have to punt. Edwards in on that tackle. So Sanchez will come out to punt for the Colts. And he does. And this is going to give the Bills some nice field position out to the 37-yard line, which is where Josh Allen and company will take over with just under 4 minutes left to play in the first half, and an opportunity to extend this lead, really. High formation from under center. Josh Allen hands it off. He's got some room, and he makes a man miss, and he's going to get a first down. Nice little run there. He got a little injury on the defense, injury timeout for one of the defenders. I didn't catch a name on it. It looks like he is not going to go to the locker room, so he'll be back in this game. But nice little run from Cook, nonetheless. Now scrambling out of the pocket. Wobbly pass, but he's got a man there. Curtis Samuel just sitting by himself. Nobody in the area. And the little duck action did not matter, as Josh Allen able to get it to a man all by himself. Josh changing up the formation here, sending his three receivers into a tight bunch off to his left. Now firing out to the weak side. A quick little inside cut works out nicely there for Dawson Knox. And a 16-yard pickup is the result. Just found the isolation out on the outside. Liked what he saw. Nice little cut to the inside from Dawson Knox, taking advantage of that outside leverage. And Josh Allen sees him and puts it right on him for a 1st and 10. Allen, plenty of time, gets it flipped out to Dawson Knox again. Although Knox is not going to have any yardage on that one. 2nd and 10. Allen quickly over the middle and broken up there. So 3rd and 10 will be the result. Of course, these Bills are 5-0 coming into this game. The Colts are 3-2. And this one won by the Colts defense as they were able to shut down this drive with 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in the half, forcing a field goal and giving their offense a chance at a 2-minute drill opportunity for some points. The kick is up. The kick is good. And so that'll make it 10-3 with the sophomore quarterback and having an opportunity to put together a 2-minute drill and score some points, potentially even tie this ball game up to go into half. We'll see what they can do. It certainly feels like the passing game needs to get more involved, though, as it has been really all done by the legs of Anthony Richardson. Not much else going for this offense. Fakes the handoff, boot action. He's able to break a tackle and then ping-pongs his way around in the middle of some defenders, but a hold is going to bring this back and back them up after a nice effort from Richardson goes for naught. That will take us to the 2-minute warning, although the penalty should have stopped the clock. Not sure why the clock was still running. Richardson now firing out to the left side. Got a man in some space, and he's going to have the edge and get himself out of bounds. That's Woods. And Woods is able to do both the receive, get the edge, and get himself out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:55. That's exactly how you want to do that. Pressure coming, setting up a screen. No! Stop it. Screen is the worst possible call here. They're going to waste a timeout because of an ugly sack and for the fact that they, the screenplay already is the center of the field's play. You're going to have to burn a timeout if it doesn't work. Even if it does work, the likelihood of getting to the sideline is not great. It's just a stupid call. I don't know why on earth they'd be calling a screen there. Instead, they're going to have to punt thanks to the screen sack. And they're going to give the Bills an opportunity to extend the lead with 1:40. Plenty of time. They hardly wasted any time on that drive. That's not what you want to do. A 3-and-out, especially with the screen sack, is the worst possible thing you could have done in that spot. Josh Allen's going to take off with this ball. He's going to get 9. 2nd and 1, minute and a half left. They've got all 3 timeouts still. Or excuse me, no, Buffalo has 1 timeout. I was looking at the wrong side. Buffalo has the 1 timeout remaining. Josh Allen fires over the middle, just knocked away. Was looking for Curtis Samuel, but Jones got his hands in there. Able to knock that one loose. 3rd one. 1:09 left in the half. Fakes the handoff to Cook. Then he's going to fire out to the right side. Got a man who was looking for the sideline but couldn't get there. That was Dawson Knox, and the clock is running just under a minute now. Quit celebrating and get back to the line of scrimmage. You got to go, go, go. No time for all these celebrations, especially when you didn't get out of bounds like you were supposed to there. You were working on an out route there towards the sideline, but did not manage to get out of bounds, and now they're going to snap the clock with under 40 thanks to that poor execution. Josh Allen fires over the middle. He had a man, and that might have been a touchdown, but he overthrew him. It does stop the clock with 34 ticks, but that was not what they were looking for. They had an opportunity, but that opportunity certainly lost there with a misfired throw. This one is complete downside. He had a man downfield able to get it to him. I thought for a minute he was going to get sacked as the pressure was coming right in his face, but he stands in there and delivers, but they were going to run out of clock here in a moment. One more snap with a timeout. They're going to take the timeout and kick the field goal with 4 ticks left. That's what they're going to do. So, extending their lead to 10 if they make this field goal to end the first half. Seems to be the likely outcome here. Certainly some opportunities missed here for both teams in the first half, as both teams have really not executed as well as they should have in a number of spots. Some pretty poor clock management, which is a Madden staple, and some really ugly play calling with all the screens, especially for the Colts. And that, unfortunately, is another Madden staple, and those things have been devastating. But that will take us to the end of the first half here on Nagy on Sports. There's a look at both sides and their stats in the first half. Been a bit lethargic for both offenses, as those are not very big numbers. And the score reflects that, as it is only 13-3 in this one. Here in Indy. So, Anthony Richardson trots back out on the field. He's going to start with the ball to start to start the second half. Snap is back. Four-man rush, fires over the middle behind his man. And that was not his best chance. Milano there in coverage. Hands it off to Taylor. This is probably his best rush of the game. He's now got 6 of them, just 15 yards. That one goes for 5, 3rd and 5. Firing left side, got it complete, but not much doing. Anthony Richardson now 7 of 10. That one goes to Pittman. But not enough for a first down. Pittman has been the most targeted receiver in this ball game, but he doesn't have a lot of work to his credit yet, as Anthony Richardson has been mostly taking off with the ball. As the ball's out! Ooh! That one looks like it was Hamler there fumbling the ball, and I'm not sure who recovered that. They're reviewing this to see if they're going to see if this isn't actually a fumble or not. It did seem a little bit late. His knee is definitely down. Yep, this is definitely, so ball is under control, knee down, ball comes loose. So that one is going to get overturned. It's going to be Bill's ball. I believe I saw a Colt on it at the end, but it's not going to matter. As you can see, the Bills have retained possession and somehow flipped the field, because that's what Madden does in these weird booth reviews where they're like, oh, suddenly you're going this direction now. So here we have it. Josh Allen's going to take off with the ball going the wrong direction, but that's what Madden does. He takes an absolute shot from Franklin. That was a big old shoulder to the face mask. That one had to ring his bell a little bit. 2nd and 6. Josh Allen hands it off, and he's going to go absolutely nowhere. DeForest Buckner absolutely smothers Cook there in the backfield, and a 3rd and 8 is the result. And a little early jump on the right side of the line will back up these Bills just a little bit further here. Third and 13. Now working up in the pocket. Josh Allen got him in. He's got it complete. That's Curtis Samuel. He has been the biggest threat so far in this game for the Bills. And they have found him in some space. That one a little bit behind him, kind of protecting him from the defender. But Curtis Samuel makes a very nice adjustment to the ball. Able to come up with a nice catch. 1st and 10. Allen hands it off. And not a lot of room there for Cook. 2nd and 9 after just a pickup of 1. From under center. Fakes it out to the left side stretch, and the RPO look back to the other side, picks up just 1 more yard. Shakir is the receiver. And it's going to be 3rd and 8. Trips off to his right. Alone in the backfield. Josh Allen's going to take off with the ball. He's got some space, but the defense is there and able to get him down prior to the line. And that'll bring up 4th and 6 and bring out the punt unit. They have been very active this game for both sides, as you see Josh Allen getting absolutely smoked there on that one. Probably should have slid a little quicker. Punt is away, and it's a nice one. Takes a pop out of bounds at the 7. And that is where Anthony Richardson's going to take over with 10 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Taylor the single back from under center. Now dancing in his end zone, and he just is out of the end zone. That was very dangerous. Miller gets back there to sack him. Could have been a safety. Richardson able to just get out, but they're backed up to the 1. Inside of the 1, really, about at the half-yard line here. From his own end zone, Taylor with the handoff. He's going to get the other half of that yard, and he's going to be tackled by Milano. So now on the 1, really 1.5 yard line here. Richardson fires quickly to the right side, just trying to buy some space on the quick slant. He does build a little bit of space here for his punt unit. And they're going to punt from the 7-yard line. A lot better than punting from the 1 yard line or the 1.5, which is where they were. So that little slant does what it is supposed to. Doesn't get them the first down, but does build some space for a better punt. And the Bills are going to have some nice field position here after pinning them back deep. 46-yard line to be precise. Nice little cut in the hole. Able to build some yardage there is Cook. And that is probably his best run of the ball game. As both teams really run games have been through the quarterbacks. Neither running back having a ton of success. But the best success for one Cooks. This one able to make a catch. Nice catch there from Knox over the back of a defender. And he's able to hang on. That's more in on that tackle. Josh Allen scrambling, and he's going to be met very quickly out there. That's Lewis coming around the edge again for his second sack of the ball game. And the same kind of sack as we saw before, where Josh Allen turned around trying to seek some space in a collapsing pocket and just running right into the edge rush out on the perimeter. Now loading this one to the end zone. Touchdown into the waiting arms. A beautiful little touch pass there is just absolutely dropped in to Shakir. And a touchdown goes for the Bills. Beautiful little route, beautiful lob throw there out to the outside. Tons of space. You can see this little arc pass just drops right in. Shakir is right there underneath it. He only had like 3 steps left to get himself into the end zone for a big strike. He had all kinds of space, and a beautiful little rainbow shot goes to him in that space. Dropped right in. And gets them into the end zone, making this a 20-3 ball game. 6:18 left in the third quarter. So, Richardson's going to start here at the 25. He's got a man down there unable to get it to go to Pittman. That is going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Richardson, pressure coming. He's going to try to take off, but not break the contain out to the outside. Rousseau with a nice little play to extend along the line and make a tackle for the sack. 3rd and 16. Now firing over the middle. He's got it complete. Nice throw there from Richardson. And that's Woods in some space there, just nicely dropped in between some defenders, as you can see there in the replay. First and 10. 5 to play in the third. Little RPO look, trying for Pittman. Not the best of throws, though. Goes incomplete. Now handoff goes to Taylor. Not a lot of room out to the outside, just a pickup of 1. Richardson now firing deep left side along the sideline. I believe that was Pittman he was trying to get it to, but it is incomplete. Douglas on coverage. It was Pittman. And a 4th down the result, and yet another punt here for the Colts. As they have really struggled on offense. Not a lot going. A few catches by Woods, few from Pittman, a lot of runs from Richardson, but also a lot of negative plays as well. Not a lot of action from Cook. Not a lot of action from these receivers. And the Bills, however, have had some success. And you can see Josh Allen is now in the zone as he's going to quickly throw this one out to the outside, looking for Curtis Samuel. Not much doing there. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. From under center. And that one is incomplete. Probably should have been picked. That's about the 3rd interception that's been dropped by this defense. That might have turned this game on its head, but the defense unable to come up with those turnovers. Now Josh Allen firing downfield, and a flag is out. Not sure what this is. Possibly a hold. Maybe a PI. No, it is a PI. And that's going to be a spot foul. It is on Jalen Jones. And a big chunk here goes to the Bills. Absolute bailout. Yep, hate seeing those. Looking for Dalton Kincaid on that one. Knocked away, though. 2nd and 10. Josh Allen sitting in the pocket now, taking off in the pocket. He's got that past the 40. The 1st down is achieved to the 20, and he's going to be absolutely roughhoused there. And he is still frozen in carbonite there, laying on the ground. Hope he's okay. He's taking a number of big hits here. He does work his way out nicely past Stewart. Just takes an absolute shot here. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to get a nice spinny camera look at it as he gets leveled. And he's just laying there, even in the replay. But seems to be okay, still in the zone. Back out on the field. Fires left side, a little underneath look there, picks up 6. It is Coleman with his first reception. We had mentioned him earlier, or Phil had mentioned him earlier. The replacement for Gabe Davis. And it looks like James Cook is now going to be injured here for the Bills. And he is going to head to the sideline, so he'll be back at some point. 1st and goal now from the 9. Josh Allen spreads him out all alone in the backfield. 4-man rush, firing to the end zone. Touchdown, Curtis Samuel with his 2nd. A big strike right to the end zone in that corner. Just dropped it in, and we see that little same celebration he's done now for the 3rd time. Maybe find a new celebration there, Curtis. As he just dropped it right over the shoulder on the flag route, right in the corner. Beautiful footwork there from Curtis Samuel. Gets himself into the end zone with control. And extends the lead for these Buffalo Bills, and they seem very comfortable here now at 27-3. As they have absolutely dominated these Colts with their defensive effort. These Colts have struggled mightily on offense. Can't seem to get much of anything going. And then the Bills' offense has done enough. That last drive, no exception, certainly looking good there, getting themselves into the end zone. Although they did have a bailout PI to make it possible, which is something, if you've been around the channel for any sort of time, you've heard us talk about that and how much we hate that particular call in football. At most, it should be a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. It's a very unfortunate. It's already the game in general, it favors the offense far, far too much. I understand that the NFL sells tickets with offensive football, and I do like to see offensive football, but they really don't need They don't need PI on top of it all. Richardson tried to get it downfield and did get it complete, except a foot out of bounds on the catch means that it is not complete, unfortunately for him. Richardson taking off with this one. So I suppose it shouldn't say did get it complete, did have it caught, but not in bounds. 3rd and 1. Richardson over the middle, got it complete there. Working out of the backfield is Taylor, his 2nd reception. Milano in on that tackle. The Colts now finally past midfield and seeing a little bit of life here on offense. A little space there for Taylor. Doesn't go for much though, 1 yard. That'll take us to the end of the 3rd. As you can see, it's been all Bills on the offensive attack all through the air. Neither team doing much on the ground. Between the sacks, most of that offensive yardage for the quarterbacks, who have been the main rushers for both teams, has been negated with all the sack action. Richardson over the middle, flag down. Check this penalty. It is going to be roughing the passer. And this is going to give the Colts their best opportunity of the ball game. They are in a pretty big hole, but a touchdown here certainly makes it feel like they've at least got a chance. And an immediate sack. Does not go the direction of the Colts, not what they were looking for. And that's going to be a loss of 11 on that sack. We're so in on that action. Second and 21. Taylor on the left hip. Richardson, pressure coming now, escaping it, gets it to his outlet. But not a lot doing there. That was Taylor with the reception. Just a 1 yard pickup, 3rd and 19. Richardson not able to escape that one. And he is going to go down there. Jones gets in for his 3rd sack of the ball game. And a 4th and 22 coming, and they're going to have to go for this. Their best opportunity of the ball game, but they have to have this one. Richardson's just going to work down the line. Finally find out field. It's going to be picked, but there's a flag down. We'll see what happens. What is this penalty? That's important. A legal forward pass. He was past the line of scrimmage when he let it go, so that is going to end up going the way of these Bills, and that probably is going to be enough to do it right there. As the Bills are going to take over with really nice field position here. Josh Allen hands it off to Cook. Not a lot of room there. It does pick up one. Oh, excuse me, that was Davis, the ball carrier. I guess Cook was injured earlier on the last drive. Just 1 yard pickup, 2nd and 9. Davis with a second carry goes for -2 and a 3rd and 11. The result, DeForest Buckner with the TFL. Third and 11. Handoff goes to Davis. His 3rd rush just recovers the 1 yard, so he is able to get back to the original line of scrimmage there. And a punt upcoming. 11:22 and counting is all that remains in this ball game. A fair catch at the 14. And that's where the Colts will have it. Tight bunch to his left. Richardson out of the gun. 4-man rush. And he is going to be sacked. Jones gets half of that one. Really active day for this defensive line, they have been all over Anthony Richardson. Of course, a number of those set up by those ugly screens. Richardson now firing out to the right side. He's got that one complete, but it's just going to go back to the original line of scrimmage. That one went out to Pierce. Sophomore receiver. Pistol look for the Colts. Four-man rush. Richardson is going to work up the middle and is not going to find the space. And he's going to have a 4th and 6 upcoming here from his own 18. Of course, they could elect to go for it here. They are in a big hole, so they probably need it. But if they go for it and don't get it, that's cementing their fate as well, because that just about ensures that the Bills would score again and put this game out of reach. So they will elect to punt it. Fair catch made at the 33-yard line. And 9:21 remaining in this game. And hopefully the chew clock mode in full enforcement here for the Bills, as this game feels like it is all but over. Josh Allen does hand the ball off right up the middle. All kinds of space there for Davis, carrying that like a loaf of bread with both hands. Blackman finally able to bring him down, but a big first down as nobody bothered to fill up the A gap. And Davis took advantage with a nice little cutback. 1st and 10. Hand off to Davis. Out space out to the left side this time. They can't seem to stop him. And we're in shoot clock already. Probably the worst possible thing he can have as a defense is to allow 10-yard chunk plays on back-to-back runs. Not only is the clock running, but you're putting them in scoring position here soon. And that probably is already all she wrote, as they just have to run out some clock. But they've got a very comfortable 24-point lead here in this one. And 7:45, probably not enough for these Colts to come back in. And all the Bills need to do is run out the remainder of that clock, continuing to run the ball, as you might expect, as they should. Davis now with 7 rushes, 24 yards. Of course, Cook went out of the game earlier with an injury. Heavy set off to the left. Josh Allen now scrambling to his right, firing out of bounds. That's going to stop the clock with 6:49 and bring up 4th down. So Tyler Bass will try a 60-yard field goal here. Kick is up. Off the upright. No good. And that's going to keep the score the same. But probably doesn't matter here. We don't like those long field goals here on the channel. We've seen too many of those swing games. Not so likely to do it in this one, as they are still in a 24-point hole, even with the ball at midfield. That's a lot of points to have to score in just 6:45. Richardson working out to his right now, firing to his right, got it complete to Taylor. Taylor's going to go out of bounds with just 1 yard to his credit. That's interesting. The announcer said it was behind the line of scrimmage. He was not behind the line of scrimmage. He got a yard. Don't know how that would qualify as behind the line of scrimmage, but interesting that they should think so. He gained a yard, and somehow the announcer said he was behind the line of scrimmage. I don't understand it. 3rd and 5. Richardson now firing deep downfield. Incomplete PI coming. A little bailout action here to level the playing field. Of course, it won't really matter here with only 5.5 left in the game. This is not going to be enough to change the fate, but there is a PI, and they are going to have the ball here inside of the 15-yard line. Call it the 11 after the bailout PI. That one jarred loose. 2nd and 10. Richardson with the snap. Surveying, now firing to the end zone, touchdown. Little garbage time touchdown to Jelani Woods. Big tight end able to come up with his first touchdown of the ball game. In fact, the first touchdown for the Colts for this entire ball game as well. And they're going to go for a 2-point conversion here because why not? 5.5 left in the ball game. Still, yep, that one is going to be stopped short. Von Miller there on that one. So, still quite a hole here for the Colts. And the Bills going to have the ball next when we come back after this replay. And the Colts are going to try the onside kick because with 5.5, they kind of have to. With this kind of a deficit, they're going to have the ball. Oh, nearly have the ball. I thought for a minute the Colts had it. There's a penalty because of illegal touching. The offense got to the ball first before it had traveled 10 yards. I thought for a moment it might have gone their way. It does not. Penalty against them because they had not gotten to 10 yards yet and were first to touch the ball. Buffalo with the ball instead in great field position, and all they need to do is run out the clock. Davis, the carrier, picks up 2. Clock, thankfully, is running. Heavy set off to his right. Brings one of those tight ends in motion. Josh Allen hands it off to Davis, working his way up the middle. Nice little run there, very physical. And you can tell this defensive line is tired as that was a 6-yard run, or as he was just battering guys in the middle of that formation. 3rd and 3. Another handoff goes to Davis. He's going to be met quickly and then somehow doesn't get tackled in that first one. But the second one does bring him down. That's Franklin. 4th and 3 here. And so Tyler Bass will come out to kick the field goal to make this a 29-9 ball game. Excuse me, 30-9. I can math. And that is the score, 30-9. 3:35 left to play. Colts with possession here, but they've got a massive 3-touchdown hole to try to dig themselves out of, and only 3.5 left to do it. So, you know, if they can score a touchdown a minute here, they'll be in business, and they've got to stop the Buffalo Bills in the meantime, too. Of course, they can't afford to do it underneath. They need chunk yardage, and they need chunk yardage now. So that probably can be about the last short yardage effort they can afford. They do have all timeouts and a 2-minute warning, but 3 touchdowns is a lot to ask. Of course, that's probably going to rely on an onside kick as well. 2nd and 6, continuing to work underneath. Not what they need. They've got to have chunks. Richardson scrambling in the pocket. He does finally get rid of it. Goes to Taylor. He's got a first down, but again, working underneath. First down's not going to do you a lot of good when you need 3 touchdowns. And only just over 2 minutes left to play. This one goes incomplete, stops the clock with 2:11. Elam over there in coverage. Richardson now working up in the pocket. He's going to be taken down, and that's going to continue to run the clock down to the 2-minute warning as this game is in the waning minutes and all but won by the Buffalo Bills. 38-9 the score. 2 minutes to play. 3rd and 11 for Anthony Richardson. Scrambling in the pocket. Now firing downfield, floating it, and his receiver not able to come up with it. Does stop the clock. Pierce, the intended receiver, had a long way to cover, though. It was floated very short. 4th and 11. Colts are going for it here from midfield. Now firing left side. That was the chunk they were looking for, but unable to get it to go. That was intended for Pittman. A turnover on downs. 1:50 left to burn. And the Buffalo Bills should have no trouble doing that here. Hopefully the Colts will not be so silly as to burn timeouts for no reason here in this drive. With just 1:50 left to play. Handoff goes to Davis. He's going to be tackled very quickly. And luckily they're recognizing the fact that this is over. And they're just going to let the clock run and get out of here licking their wounds as the Buffalo Bills are going to go to 6-0 in this outcome. Nice little run right up the middle. Got some space. That was fun. And a first down. And that is going to do it here, as they cannot possibly win anymore. This game is over. In fact, they only have to snap it the one more time, and the clock will expire. Not sure why they weren't just in the victory formation after the first down, but he is going to carry it with both hands to Davis. That's going to run out the clock and end this game, as it was all Bills once they finally started getting the offense going for them, mostly through Curtis Samuel. Able to find their way. Curtis Samuel, of course, with 2 touchdowns in this one. Josh Allen with some success with his legs, also finding mostly Curtis Samuel downfield, as well as some Dawson Knox and a few others. The defense for the Bills really, really good. Able to get some pressure on Richardson all game. Richardson did escape a few, but he was too little too late and not very good with his arms, and neither side rushing attack was great outside of the quarterbacks. So there's a look at the stats for Anthony Richardson. His 10 carries go for 97 yards. Of course, most of that lost on sack yardage. Taylor goes for 9 carries and 18 yards. Woods, the primary receiver, 6 catches, 64 yards. Pittman, 5 for 46. Taylor, 5 for 19, and 3 for 20 for Pierce. And the 1 touchdown does go to Woods. 3 drops for Woods as well, though. Franklin, the leading tackler for the Colts, with 17. Moore following with 12. We had 2 sacks for Lewis, 1 for DeForest Buckner in this game, and no interceptions, although there were about 4 drops for interceptions in that game for the Colts. As for the Bills, Josh Allen was 26 of 37, 234, 70% completion rating, and 3 touchdowns, no picks. Should have had about 4 picks, though, based on all the drops from the Colts defense. That might have swung this game. Ray Davis was the leading rusher there at the end. Josh Allen was 75 yards on his 8 carries. Cook just 30 yards on his 8 carries. He got injured, of course, and most of the rushing action late in the game. Dawson Knox, 10 receptions, 84 yards, 8.4 average, 6 for 80 for Curtis Samuel with the 2 touchdowns. Shakir with 5 for 54 and 1 touchdown to his credit as well. Very good day for Samuel and Shakir. Then a look here, Oliver leading tacklers, as well as Milano and Edwards. They had 10, 9, and 8 respectively. 3.5 sacks for Jones, 3.5 for Oliver, 2.5 for Von Miller, 2 for Rousseau, and 1 for Carter, half for Jones. Huge pressure day here for this defense. They made Richardson absolutely miserable back there, as we saw him having to take off, but taking all kinds of sacks. Of course, there were a bunch of screen sacks in this one. But we very much appreciate y'all being on. This one was a lot of fun. Look for us to go live here in the near future with more football. Should have some Browns coming out of their bye here on the channel soon now that Phil is back. But appreciate you all this time, and we'll say go Bills. But as always, go Browns!